What is up, YouTube? It's Mekabre. We're back with yet another Destiny 2 video on this wonderful Saturday. Okay, it's wonderful wherever you're at. And if you're not having a good day, start having one. Okay, let me know in the comments down below if this video helps improve your mood, even just a little bit. Okay, let's jump straight in. Today's video is going to be a little bit shorter than usual. Well, not necessarily shorter, but the concept is very straightforward. So I'm hoping that you guys can kind of play this at the speed that you're comfortable with. So let's jump in. Today's video, we're going to be talking about 5 goals that I have before the end of the season. So, for those of you who do not know, or maybe you just haven't been paying attention, the season ends in 45 days. That's a little over a month. And I know that seems like a lot of time for most people, but seeing as how I like to have everything planned out and ready to go, well, let's just say by quite a bit, a month and a half is nothing. And I need to start getting ready for the end of the season. And here are 5 goals that I have before this season finishes. So let's jump into the first one. And honestly, this first one is just kind of a fun one. Honestly, might be the only one that I won't complete, possibly, okay? And that is getting an adept weapon of each of the new adept weapons, okay? So for those of you who do not know, the ones that we have currently have had access to are both Adept Shadow Price and Adept Swarm. At the time of this video, Shadow Price and Adept Swarm have both been out. Adept Palindrome is next week, so maybe by the time you're watching this video, if it's later on, yes, all 3 have come out, but I only have Shadow Price and Swarm. I have an okay roll on my Swarm. If I get a better one, great. If I don't, no worries. I'm still looking for an overflow one for all for Shadow Price, but I have a Feeding Frenzy one for all, so I'm okay with that. Palindrome, I honestly don't know what I want on this. Not gonna lie, so we'll cover that bridge once we get there. Moving past that, the Adept weapons for Trials of Osiris, all 3 have been out thus far. I have only successfully acquired 2. I have acquired the Adept Messenger, and my role is okay. And then I've acquired the Adept Solace Guard just this past weekend. Again, with just an okay roll. I'm still looking for that Adept Hand Cannon, Igneous Hammer, but past that, I'm kind of excited to get one of each. A lot of these weapons, for those of you who do not know, the Messenger and Igneous Hammer, I am enjoying quite thoroughly. Over on the PvE side of things, Shadow Price and the Swarm are fantastic weapons. Matter of fact, the Swarm, if you get it to roll with Vorpal and then by chance get the Adept Big Ones mod, well, let me just say, it's not bad. It's really not bad. Shadow Price is just a fun auto rifle to use, and honestly, one of my favorites. And Palindrome, well, that's just everyone's favorite, I feel like. Overall, it has some good rolls, but right now, with 120s being as dominant as they are, you have to get a fantastic one in order to even consider using Palindrome. Now, moving past the Adept weapons, what is my second goal for this season? Well, that is simply put just to keep on track each week and make sure that I go and do the Presage mission, at least on one character. Here's why. I need to do it not only for the pinnacle, but I also want to do it to get all of the rules. So, for those of you who do not know, Presage drops Dead Man's Tail. It is a scout rifle and it is a random rules exotic. I'm trying to get one of each of the main perks. So, maybe moving target, Vorpal, fourth time's the charm, all the above. I'm trying to get one of each. I've already done this successfully with Hawkmoon, and while it takes up quite a bit of space in my vault, they are not going anywhere. Now, moving past that, I also would like to get the lore tabs to complete this season's exotic quest line. I want to know what happens, and each week a little by little is added, and I want to stay up to date. So that is the second goal I have before the end of the season. Now, the third goal, and honestly, this one I feel like I have pretty well covered already, as I was just discussing this with Vito the other night. I want to have a god roll of each of the seasonal weapons. So, that being Extraordinary Rendition. Additionally, we have the Brass Attacks Sidearm. We have the Imperial Needle Bow. We have Far Future, the Sniper Rifle, and then we also have Threaded Needle and Code Duelo. Those are the weapons that are from Season 13, and those are the weapons that I'm trying to get God rolls on. Now, you might be saying, Mekabre, you probably already have a few of these, right? And that would be correct. I have what I believe to be a God roll extraordinary rendition, Imperial Needle, several Far Futures, and several brass attacks, but for whatever reason, the luck for Imperial Needles, or no, Threaded Needles, pardon me, and Code Duelos has been pitiful. I cannot find the role that I'm looking for, and yet I spend way too much time each week grinding out my hammer charges in order to get a better role. Please tell me in the comments section down below if you have gotten a good roll on any of these weapons, and if so, what is that roll and why? Like, is it your favorite weapon to use? Because I don't know about you guys, but my extraordinary rendition, whew, it's taking the place of a lot of stuff, and it's not leaving my inventory anytime soon. Moving past that, the fourth goal that I have, and this one honestly is just kind of a fun one, and I should be able to reach within the next couple of weeks here, and that's making sure all of my characters are at max power. And I'm not talking from Artifact, I'm talking without Artifact. So, for those of you who do not know, 1310 is this season's max power, and starting next season, the only power grind we'll have to do will be Pinnacles. We're only going up 10, so it'll be 1310 to 1320. I want to be as close on all three characters as possible, meaning I only have to grind out the 10 power. I would absolutely love to have that happen, and my goal is to get all three characters there. None of them currently are there yet, and that is my fourth goal. As for my fifth goal, and this is just something I've been putting off for a long, long time, I need to actually sit down and do a little bit of, is cleaning out my vault. There are a lot of weapons in here that are either sunset and are PvE god rolls that will never be used again because, well, I can't infuse them, or they're PvP or PvE god rolls that I have multiple of and need to go through and just delete. One of the main examples would be my collection of the Ikelos shotgun. I have 8 Ikelos shotguns in my vault, including one that is Sunset. All of these being for PvE use, whether it be that threat detector trench barrel or threat detector vorpal, and the comparison of which do I get rid of, or do I keep both? So I need to sit down and do that. Those are my top 5 goals before the end of the season hits. Guys, I think that this video, while it's kind of different, I enjoy it. It's something that, gives you an inside look into what I'm going through, what steps am I taking to get ready for the next season. And the reason I'm doing a lot of these things is because Vault of Glass is coming back next season, and I have a team, fingers crossed, that is not going to bail out on us this time. Hopefully, it's made up of a lot of people that you guys know and recognize. Maybe you enjoy having them on the channel. Maybe you've heard them from some podcasts. Maybe you've seen their names in some videos. But I have a group put together, and I'm hoping that they can all take part in it. We'll be doing it over on PS4, PS5. And fingers crossed, if my PlayStation can take it, I will actually be streaming said raid race. I don't know if it's really technically a raid race since it's already been out, but I'm pretty excited for that. I hope you guys are as well. And let me know in the comment section down below, if you have any personal goals. These are just a few that I have. These are like my main ones. But if you have some, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm interested. I always love adding new goals for myself throughout the season. With that, I have nothing else to say except for get back to grinding, your crazy guardians.